Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about my experience and difficulties I face in this refractive surgery during ICL implantation. I have divided this video into two parts. One is the ICL loading and second is the ICL implantation into the eye. Let's start with the first part of the video. So one of the most important step or the part is the ICL loading into the cartridge. So let's dissect and discuss each step one by one. So first step is the priming of the cartridge with balanced salt solution or the ringer lactate. It is done by holding cartridge in the left hand and flush it with the right hand. Cartridge is then filled with the viscoelastic substance. Now comes the second step. ICL comes in a sterile bottle and taken out with the help of detached plunger, which has cellulose sponge attached at the end. It has a sticky surface and after retrieving from the bottle, ICL is shifted to the primed cartridge. Now comes the third step, which is loading into the cartridge. It is to be loaded in correct orientation in such a way that the upper haptic hole should be on the right side and convexity is toward the microscope or the person loading it. Both right and left edge should be tucked in. You can use either Kalman-McPherson forceps or the plunger applicator. It is slightly pushed toward the tip of the cartridge to ensure well fitting of the ICL. After using the sponge applicator plunger, it is fitted onto the injector which is not shown in this video. Now, this step number 4. Final loading of the ICL. First hold the cartridge in the non-dominant hand, which is the left hand, and take your time to make the hand stable. Then hold the ICL forceps in the right hand and enter inside the tip of the cartridge and grasp the edge of the ICL. Now it is the point where you need to be very careful. You should pull your cartridge in the left hand, not the forceps, which is in the right hand. And this should be performed very slow. So the final loading is done and the cartridge is attached with the injector. Now let's proceed with the second part, which is implantation into the anterior chamber. So step 1, how to make a side ports. You can use side port blades or the MVR blade. I prefer to use MVR blade. Movement should be very slow and gentle. As you can see, I don't enter completely into the AC. Incision is extended with the side movements of the blade. If you enter completely with the blade, it may touch or injure the anterior capsule. And then visco is put to inflate the anterior chamber and to make the second side port with ease. And it is made in the same fashion with the side movements. Then a biplanar main port is made with the keratome very slowly and gently, keeping in mind that it should not touch the anterior capsule. One of the key points before implantation is that the anterior chamber should neither be underfilled nor overfilled with the visco. Means it should not be very tight. It will cause difficulty in implantation of ICL and can cause complications. Now, let's proceed with the implantation of implantable columnar lens. Cartridge is kept at the wound and the plunger is pushed slowly, very slowly. ICL cartridge bore is slightly bigger than the normal cartridge, so you can enlarge the incision also. While injecting the ICL, you need to have a constant observation at the unfolding of the ICL. The leading haptic hole should be toward the right side. In this case, it seems to be opening vertically, so I had to rotate the injector clockwise direction from my wrist and elbow joint. And one more point to note is that It should not be injected at 45 degree from the horizontal plane as we are habitual with the IOL injections. Just try to go horizontally along the iris plane. After assuring its correct orientation, it is completely injected. Now, visco is injected and centration is done with the ICL manipulator. And now, each haptic is tucked below the iris one by one from the side port. Here goes the first one, and the second one. Uh, the second haptic is going below the iris. It has gone, and now the third haptic is also gone below the iris, and the fourth one. Now, visco wash is done with the bimanual irrigation and aspiration system, which is my preferred mode. I'm not going too vigorous, just keeping my cannulas stationary. Visco is coming slowly, and I could see the junction between the visco and BSS, which is an indication that visco is clearing from the anterior chamber. Now, the side port and the main port is hydrated, and the wound is sealed with this stromal hydration. Thank you so much for watching the video.